I'm not sure if looking younger should necessarily be the goal. I think that having joy is, and there's something about having joy and being active physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that keeps you young, and that shows, that sort of comes out in and of itself without having, to manipulate it or anything like that.
You have a certain calmness about you with everything that you do. Where does that come from?
I don't know. And sometimes I feel like I should be jumping off the buildings, but some of the things that I don't get flustered by much. It's rare that I'm flustered by anything, and I don't know where that comes from. I don't know. I like peace. It's what I strive for probably every moment. I strive for getting back to center, getting back to the truth. And I think when you do that, you don't get too caught up in all the things that go on outside the truth. So, yeah.
And so therefore, this has allowed you to be able to deal with the hectic schedule that you have on a daily basis.
Yeah.
What other things can you tell me in terms of maintaining a center? Because trying to go into acting, trying to do all the things that you do, you're juggling a lot of hats. What makes you unique and different in that?
God, I have no idea. That would be something for someone else to say. But again, I always do what feels right and most appropriate for me. I don't think most people go out to write and direct and act and do crazy things like that. When I did this film Butterfly Rising, and I wrote it and I was going to act in it, direct and produce, there were lots of people that were like, "Oh, are you insane, out of your mind? You can't do all those 4 things at the same time. One thing is going to suffer, and it's just too much." And I listened to that for a long time, and I considered it, and I poked and I prodded and I questioned, and even myself. And in fact, it was not my intention. I did not set out to direct this movie. In fact, I ran from it aggressively. I put it in the hands of every director that I knew. Take it. You want to direct this movie? For whatever reason, it just didn't go that way. For whatever reason, the thing kept reverting back to me. And I got this thing on my lap, and because I'm really so interested in the truth, even if it's something I don't want to hear, I'm really so interested in it, because at the end of the day, the truth is going to make my life easier. If the truth is I'm supposed to direct this movie, first let me just get with that, because that's a lot. And so after I've gotten with it, and I've gotten with all the reasons why I don't want to, how do I then get on the road to getting ready to direct this movie? So that's what I did.
But you had mentioned that it's not just about age that reinvents the wheel for a lot of women actresses. When you think of more mature actress, and you had mentioned Tyler Perry being somebody that you truly admired, would you say it's people like him who's primarily reinventing the wheel for a lot of our mature actresses? I have to go back to Cicely Tyson again. He just named one of his studios after her. So is that what it's going to take? To keep a lot of the so-called more mature, famous black women who we have known for many years, that opportunity to reinvent the wheel?
Well, or it takes those women getting together and saying, "Hey, let's do this project." It happens all the time. People get together and they want to do a project about more mature women. and they do that, and they should. Because I'm sort of more of the idea of, it's like, how do you get on the other side of any wall? Any wall. And everything can present a wall. You can bang on the wall. Quite frankly, that hurts my hand, and I don't like it. And there's a lot of people banging on the wall. Oh, you should give me this. Oh, you need to do this for me because I'm more mature, or I'm black, or I'm a woman, or I'm 5'5", or whatever. That's one way to get on the other side of the wall, is banging your tiny fist. Another way to get over a wall is to try and jump it. Tough. And some people do. Or the way that interests me the most is like, how do I get around? How do I walk around it? I see it there and it exists, but how am I going to forge my own path around this wall? Because I'm not interested in doing this. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm more interested in doing this. And
it seems like from what you're saying, that is what Tyler Perry is doing for a lot of minority actors, primarily.
Right. And he's giving lots of people great opportunities.
For that mature woman who wants to start a career in acting, do you have any advice?
Well,
you're starting an acting career kind of later in life.
Yeah, I think that it's I don't think you ever want to take your last breath and say, I wish I would have tried that. It's just, that'd be a tough way to go out. So if there is something you want to do, I would say do it. And who cares if you're fat or skinny or black or white or young or old? You enjoy it, do it, try it, so that you don't spend that last breath thinking, I wish I had. I wonder what would have happened if, because it's just, you only get one shot at this life, so if you just get one shot. Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, one of the things you said.